like geddytrey on stuff. Whooshy gives a proper reaction.
And now for something completely different.
Hey Patreon gang, welcome back. Teddy Gray on Stuff. Today I'm finally doing Linkin Park Meteora, the whole album. The first one, Hybrid Theory. I've been listening to a few tracks from that non-stop. With You is probably the biggest one for me. Papercut, Points of Authority, Crawling, By Myself, Runaway, banger after banger. Like it's not very often that I find albums that I genuinely gel with almost every single song from the album. There's usually albums where there's a few. I'm sure you guys are probably the same, where a few of the songs on it don't do it for me. I have to skip. Linkin Park didn't have any skips on that first album, so I'm hoping it's the same now. Without further ado, let's go. Patreon gang, thank you very much for being here. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good Linkin. Good. Just realised this one's 13 seconds. Never mind. This is the only one that's not going to get copyright claimed. Okay, Chester, don't talk to us about disbelief. Two lines in, already screaming about disbelief.
Take all your faithlessness with you. Just give me myself back and don't stay.
That little 4-bar is so perfect. Oh, that little bass. Ah, that little scream at the end as well. Listening to a lot of songs from Hybrid Theory, it was like, I know a lot of you guys said in the comments of both the YouTube one and the Patreon one, you guys were all saying like he was heavily abused as a child, so some of the songs may be pointing towards that, but a lot of the songs seem to be pointing towards a relationship in which he's with somebody who doesn't accept him for who he actually is, like so soon into the track as well. Unbelievable. Well, we have the next one coming up. Let's go. Somewhere I Belong. I like this little melody with the guitar. Oh, this feels cinematic. For some reason, this feels a lot more cinematic. I think it was that, like from the beginning, even as the more heavier guitar. I don't know if it's a different guitar that was used, but the heavier sound when that came in, that initial that went away, but I could still hear it.
And the fault is my own, and the fault is my own. I wanna heal, I wanna feel what I thought was never real.
I thought that he was going to be talking about Somewhere I Belong, as in, like he'd found that place. But it's that he's still looking, That first verse, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to pull it back for this first verse. That's fire. When this began, I had nothing to say, and I'd get lost in the nothingness inside of me. Like, maybe that is talking about the band, Like, when this began, I had nothing to say. I love that.
With these things in mind, but all of me can see the words revealed is the only real thing that I've got left to feel. And the fault is my own, and the fault is my own. I wanna heal, I wanna feel what I thought was never real. Find myself to
All of that speaks to me on a deeper level, man. I feel like they're talking about them getting this stuff out there, but even though they've got this stuff out there and people are telling them that they feel the same and that they're not alone, it still hasn't healed anything inside of them. I think as fans, we often forget that these people who are making these tracks, they have feelings too. So, but whilst we kind of use the music to get over those feelings, we live vicariously through them, but they still have to live as them. And maybe they can't vicariously, come out of, have like an outer body experience and look at that song from the third person and try and find the deeper meaning inside of it. Like, maybe they're not able to do that, so the music doesn't have the same effect on them as it does for us as fans. So they're not actually getting rid of anything, even though they're writing it down. They're not actually solving anything, because maybe they're still surrounded by the negativity. I don't know. I don't know their personal situation, so I don't know Mikey Boy or Chester's situation at the time of this recording. But I'll never feel anything else until my wounds are healed. Like, it's difficult for me to let somebody in whilst I've still got scars that are healing. I don't want to reopen them. I don't want to let somebody else in and they could potentially reopen them, I'll never be anything till I break away from me. Signs are all there, man.
Somewhere I belong.
Oh!
Somewhere I belong.
Why did that last bit sound different? That last bit, that beep, 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 beep. Why did that sound different? Quick disclaimer, I have actually already done Lying From You with Larry at Parked Up Anywhere. If you haven't seen that, then the reaction is up on the channel. It's on the My Journey into Metal playlist that's on my channel. So if you want to go and watch that, you're more than welcome to. I'm not going to listen to it again. Not right now. Not right now. I need new Linkin Park in my life. So without further ado, let's go. Let's go. I'm sure I've heard this in a meme, something about bodies hitting the floor. Is that this song? Why? Why the pause? Why the pause there? That sounded awesome.
Stand so I'm waiting until the upper hand is mine. 1 minute, Sriracha! And then it's all gone.
Possibly one of the shortest choruses they've ever done. Oi. Too many times I've held on when I needed to push away. Pushes me away. A lot of the same concepts that were in Hybrid Theory are also present in this as well. Maybe that's like a running theme with their music. But it's sort of like an escape and a need to be away from this current place that you're in. I feel like that can be applicable to so many parts of your life. When you're a kid, you feel like, I don't need parents, I don't need teachers. You want to break away. When you get into the workforce, I don't want to be here anymore, I can be better than this, and you break away. There's so many different times. You could be in a relationship that you don't really want to be in, that you're not comfortable in. Afraid to say what was on my mind, afraid to say what I need to say. I was watching a Patrice O'Neill interview where he was talking about how often people lie, like even just in pleasantries. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. But societally, people feel the pressure to have to try and fake that they're nicer than they perhaps actually are, And it goes again, like, afraid to say what's on my mind. The reason for that is because he is afraid of the repercussions of speaking his mind and saying, what he feels and what he believes to be true. However, if nobody ever hears what you actually think, do they ever know the real you? Do you know what I mean? And that goes hand in hand with them saying on the last track, Somewhere I Belong, about them having to like feign some sort of happiness, or spoken about it before, like, this is the last time. What did he say? I'll take the blame for the sake of being with you. But he also said something else as well. It's all the same message. He's somewhere where he doesn't want to be,
It's mine. 1 minute, Sriracha! Mission not what you try. Making the right stop. Just before you hit. So many people like me put so much trust in all your lies. So concerned with what you think to just say what we feel inside.
Oi, I'm gonna go fucking mental, as if I did not just say that. As if I didn't just say exactly this same thing. So concerned with what you think just to say what we feel inside. I don't do it. I don't do it. And people often feel like I'm an arsehole. In real life, people go, oh, he's just too harsh. He's just always brutally honest. Why is the word brutal never used with a lie? How can you be brutally telling the truth? If you're telling the truth, that's a good thing. I don't understand it. There's too many people. Like the status quo is to lie about these pleasantries and keep things inside because you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. Or who the fuck said you should be happy and comfortable your entire life? You should hear things that you don't agree with all the time, and you should be fine with that. If you're not, that's a problem in you. I don't get it. I don't get it. And it feels like the guys at Linkin Park did not understand that social concept either. Mad. I'm starting to find out just how much more in common I have with the metal community than I do with the rap community. From where I come from and my past, the rap community is held down all day. But how I feel in my head, the metal community and the lyrics within this genre seem to understand me a hell of a lot more. They really, they speak to me on more of like a, oh my God, I've been thinking that and never said it out loud kind of thing. Whereas in rap, it's like rapping about stuff that I've seen, stuff that I've been through, I can relate. It's a different kettle of fish. This one's crazy. Hit the floor. I didn't think it was going to be like this. I thought it was going to be that meme song.
I'm waiting until the upper hand is mine.
Boy, they are the masters at that, I'm telling you. It's always at the end as well, there's like a little bit of repetition to repeat a poignant part or a phrase that was said in the song. They always repeat it at the end. It's just like a nice way to close everything off, and it seems to be like a Linkin Park staple. Like that's something that they do often. Easier to run. Let's go.
Bringing back these memories I wish I didn't have. Sometimes I think of.
So he's talking about offing himself then. I hate this, man. And for all of that first verse, I was like, I understand. I feel exactly the same. And then I mean, the annoying thing is that that's actually such a nice sounding song. Like even the key change with the chorus. It feels like ascension. A willful acceptance of oblivion. Faint. Oi! Damn. Whoa. Almost like a drum and bass pattern. I really like this.
A little bit of loneliness, a little bit of disregard, handful of complaints, but I can't help the fact that everyone can see these scars.
Okay. I am what I want you to want, what I want you to feel. So, basically saying he's like a chameleon. Like there's the real him, but then there's the him that this person wants him to be. And he wants to be that, and he's happy being that. But because it isn't real, he's got to try and convince this person that that's the real him, even though it's not. But he really wants to be that person for this person. He really wants to be somebody else. He wants to be the person that person wants, you know? But he's saying, but it's like, no matter what I do, I can't convince you to believe this is real. Because it's not real. It's not the real him.
Don't turn your back on me, I won't be ignored. I'm a little bit insecure. No, hear me out now. You're gonna listen to me like you don't know.
No, 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 no. Let's go back. That is insane.
Feel the way I did before. Don't turn your back on me. I won't be ignored. I can't feel the way I did before.
That, especially those last screams there. I don't know, man. I don't know. That feels far too much like he's had any semblance of control taken away from him. He's had any semblance of control of himself, of what it means to be him, what it means to be a man. He's had something taken away from him. Almost every song, it's like it's like the person that he's talking to, he's having to be this aggressive and be this forward and be this upfront and be this direct. He's having to do that because the person he's speaking to will not listen and does not care. So I'm guessing that person has something over him, because otherwise why would you degrade somebody like that, you know? Do you know what? Like, bun the lyrics at this point. Just that beat, that sounded kind of like System of a Down-esque. And I'm guessing System of a Down was before Linkin Park. So maybe there's a little bit of inspiration there. I don't know. Because I don't know where where Linkin Park pulled their inspiration from. But just that first bit. And Linkin Park often do this. They have like one little riff, one little melody chain, and then the whole beat comes in. But that melody chain will often come back down the line. System of a Down did it with Aerials, most notably for me anyway. Life is a waterfall. I fucking love it.
Nothing ever stops all these thoughts and the pain attached to them. Sometimes I wonder why this is happening. Free, I took what I hated and made it a part of me.
Oi! Did I not say that in the beginning? Did I not say that? But I didn't realise, instead of setting it free, so instead of them putting their emotions into the music and it being allowed to be let free, and they get over it, and you know, they have some sort of epiphany after the fact, I took what I hated and made it a part of me. And maybe that's because, you know, they're on tour, they're saying these things all the time. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. They were consistently performing their own songs, but they were saying these things to themselves over and over again, like, I want to run away, you know, I want to be by myself. They were saying all these things over and over again. Maybe mentally there's something where if you do tell yourself, or you say that out loud and your brain hears that in your voice, you really start to believe it. I don't know. Oh! See, this one sounds more like he's talking about the abuse. Do you know what I mean? Especially from the chorus, you'll always be my fear. I can't separate myself from what I've done. Giving up a part of me, I've let myself become you. Like, so maybe he's turned into a demon or something, or maybe because he was abused when he was a child. You know, this isn't slander or anything. These are just theories. It's hyperbole. But maybe he abused his own child, or maybe he hit his own child behind closed doors or something, and he felt so guilty for it, like, I've let myself become you. Maybe.
And now you become a part of me. You're all these people.
I don't know, man. I feel like maybe I've let myself become you. Giving up a part of me. Like, I initially thought of like giving up a part of yourself to like the devil or something, and allowing these negative and extraneous things take you over, you know. That's where my head instantly went to. I've let myself become you. Like, who's the worst person in his life? It's got to be the people that abused him, right? I've let myself become you. I've now gone on to abuse other people because of the abuse I received when I was a child. And whether it was, you know, him abusing his kids, his partner, his colleagues, his whoever, you know, it is a vicious cycle. Those of us that were severely beaten as children have to work incredibly fucking hard not to allow that to fuck us up too much. There's no hope. This is just... Oh man, Linkin Park, man. Let's not think about it. Let's not think about it. What? I'm not ready for this pace. I'm not ready for this pace. Why are they doing this? It's such a roller coaster. Maybe it's implicit of something like, you know, life's a roller coaster. You never think about the sort of effect that even just like a thought has on your physicality. Like my mouth's gone dry just thinking about stuff. I may have to pick this up again soon. Maybe tomorrow or something, or later on. I don't know. I just need I just need a minute. So I'll be back. I'll be back.